So here I am back at Everest Base Camp, safe and sound. I don't really know how I feel at the moment, mainly relief to be honest. It's a dangerous thing climbing Everest, and it's quite funny, 2.5 years ago I came up with this idea of putting a red nose on Aconcagua, and then that turned into putting a red nose on Everest. How easy is that to say? Yeah, just go and whack a red nose on Everest, raise loads of money. In reality it's been very, very difficult. I've had a full-time job. I've had to train for this. Jagged Globe been mentoring me for the last 2 years. So started off with Mont Blanc in France with my wife, Carolee. And I have to say, at the moment, that is my favourite climb. To stand on top of Mont Blanc with her was amazing. From Mont Blanc, I then went to Aconcagua down in South America. So I put that red nose on top of Aconcagua. Aconcagua, then Scottish mountaineering in February. Denali, the world's coldest mountain. And then all these sort of the challenges came in. So people like Specialized and Gatorade were helping me. So I did a Nike 10K in all my Everest kit. I did a cycle race with loads of Everest Million, another half marathon, 108-mile race on foot. Loads of all these sort of challenges basically to try and raise awareness of the Everest Million, get people to join me, because the whole idea is obviously £1 for 1 million people. So 7 weeks ago, left London. Very nervous. I've been worried about my fingers and my feet for a very long time, actually, to be honest. And here we are in Nepal. It's just absolutely beautiful. All that nonsense about the Sherpa fights. I mean, you can speak to anyone here. The Sherpas here are amazing. I would not have got to the top of Everest without Tundu, who helped me with it. So Everest, a nightmare of a place. When they turned up in the 1950s, the first time, the Khumbu Icefall, they described it as the most inhospitable place on earth. And here we are, we've been going through it like 3 or 4 times. And it's been changing every time. Every time something is massively different. It's frightening, actually. So I really didn't enjoy going through there. And then the summit attempt, so the Khumbu Icefall up to Camp 2, now in Camp 2, up the Lhotse face, it's just sheer ice, 1,000 metres of sheer vertical ice basically, up to Camp 3. Camp 3, go up the Lhotse face to the top, you traverse across it, over the yellow band, which is this really horrible slippery rock, then over the Geneva Spur and you get up to the South Col. What a dump. Crap everywhere. I mean, it was just, it was a bit sad to see actually, really windy, didn't get any sleep, so now we've been up almost 15, 16 hours, didn't get any sleep, and then you go for the summit bid. 12 hours of absolute torture basically. Too many people on the route, you're just there hanging on for dear life, completely stationary for sometimes like 15, 20 minutes, and all you can think about is like, am I running out of oxygen? Am I going to get frostbite? Really didn't enjoy it. And then you get up the top to the balcony, go across, and then you keep on going up and eventually get up to the south summit. And it's quite funny, the south summit's just like this big lump of ice, and you're on this really precarious ridge. But then from there to the infamous Hillary Step, massive traffic jam, stood there for an hour, and you know, when you read the papers last year, people being stuck and running out of oxygen, that's what you thought about. And there was a guy there who had twisted his ankle, and up until then I'd been all right. I hadn't really thought about it too much, and then actually something as innocuous as twisting an ankle could cost you your life, because you just can't get down. You're at 8,600, 8,700 metres above sea level. So you're like, well, what's going to happen to him? Thankfully he was all right, but got to the summit, put the red nose on, proud day, fantastic. Still wasn't particularly excited actually. It was just a massive relief. I was pleased to get there. Got the red nose on, got some pictures, and then it was just all about getting down. They always say getting down is the hardest part, and actually by that point you're absolutely knackered. You haven't drunk anything, my throat was killing me, you hadn't had any food, you know, and there you are, you're like holding on for dear life, abseiling down these rocks, and although you've got a carabiner on rope, it's only going to stop you going 50 metres. By that point you probably hurt yourself so severely that actually it's probably game over anyway. So from there down to the South Col, absolutely shattered, nothing left in me. Really, I had to be nurtured, to be honest, carrying all that extra weight. Night there, and then yesterday, what a horrible, horrible day it was. Lots of people coming up, and then you're then having to daisy chain round them on that Lhotse icy face. Really nasty. The opportunity to hurt yourself was massive. From down to Camp 2, and then today, the last final haul, all the rest of my clobber basically, all these solar panels and all that sort of stuff, down here through the Cymru Icefall for one last time, and here I am, absolutely delighted to be here. It's been a heck of a relief. So the Everest Million, I can't thank you enough. Or everyone who's donated, all the words of support, over the last 7 weeks really did mean something to me, and I can genuinely, hand on heart, say that I did try and read every single message. So thank you very much to them. I've got to say a massive thank you to HTC, my lead sponsor. All the nice photos have been coming from one of the smartphones, the HTC One. Without them, this campaign would not exist, pure and simple, so thank you to them. Inmarsat, they provide the satellite link, amazing, thank you to them. Jagged Globe, Linet Digital, they provided a nice website, Deep, the digital branding, and all the other guys who've been helping me out. I can't thank you enough. It's been a privilege, it really has. So just thought I'd conclude, say thank you very much. Hopefully the donations will still come up, and there's just one last thing for me to do, and that's pretty special. I've been harping on about the Everest Million tent for a while, so I'm just going to try not to get my cable in. So here we go. So 19th of May. Cool. And there we go. So that's about it for me. Thanks for watching, tweeting and all that sort of good stuff. It's not going to go completely dead, obviously. The next few weeks I'm going to still try and promote the campaign as much as possible to keep raising that money. If you haven't done it yet, everestmillion.com is where you need to go. If not, text donate NO70 space the £1 sign number 1 to 70070. Thanks so much, and I suppose that's goodbye from Everest.